How many of you have felt misrepresented or misunderstood by something you saw in the media? Take a moment to reflect on that feeling. It's powerful, isn't it? Now, imagine that feeling duplicated across entire communities and events and ideas. Today, we are diving into the fractured narratives created by media representation and how they shape our reality. Let's begin by acknowledging that media is not just a tool for communication. It is a powerful force that shapes our understanding of the world. When we think about representation, we must think and ask ourselves, who gets to tell the story? Whose voices are amplified and whose are silenced? Consider the portrayal of African communities in the global media. This isn't about changing how the world sees Africa. It's about changing how we see ourselves. For too long, our self-worth has been defined by external perceptions, by the distortions of media. But let's not forget the incredible accomplishments happening in this continent and in individuals today. From the tech hubs of Lagos and Nairobi, to the vibrant arts in Dakar and Cape Town. From the rise of sustainable agriculture to groundbreaking advances in healthcare. Africa can be referred to as a land of untold stories. And it is up to us, the youth and the people, to reclaim that narrative. The media does not own our truth, we do. And by claiming it, we empower not just ourselves, but generations to come. Often, we see sensationalized images. War, poverty, disease, that overshadow the rich tapestry of culture, innovation, and resilience that define us. This misrepresentation does not merely affect how others view us, but it could affect how we view ourselves. Let's take a closer look at a specific case study. The Ebola outbreak in West Africa 2014. While it was crucial to inform the world about this health crisis, many international news outlets portrayed only graphic images. The narrative painted an entire continent as a place of chaos and despair. This sensationalism had real-world consequences. It affected tourism and foreign investment, and even led to stigmatization, not only for the continent itself, but even people who had visited the continent. The stories told were often devoid of context. Platforms like Twitter, Facebook allow for rapid dissemination of information, but also contribute to misinformation and sensationalism. A single tweet can go viral within minutes, often without verification or context. For instance, during protests we've seen across various African countries, the tweets focus on advocating for democracy and justice. But playing a dual role, it has amplified voices but also spread false narratives that can incite violence or division among communities. So how do we navigate this complex landscape? The answer lies in critical media literacy. The ability to analyze and evaluate media messages critically. We must empower ourselves with skills that allow us to discern fact from fiction. As young people navigating this fractured narrative landscape, we face what I call a generational ceasefire, a disconnect between older generations who may have experienced different forms of media and our own digital first-hand consumption. In closing, let us remember that we are not just consumers of media, we are also its creators. Each one of us has the power to shape narratives by choosing what stories we share and also how we engage with them. Together, let's commit to fostering an environment where accurate representation thrives, a space where every voice matters and every story counts. By doing so, we will not only reshape public perception, but also redefine reality itself for generations to come. Africa is a beautiful continent, we can all agree. It is diverse, and it's time for it to be painted that way. We are not merely inheritors of history, we are its authors. Yet, we often find ourselves in this tug of war between narratives that have been imposed on us and the ones we wish to create. The stories that have been told about Africa, often from the outside looking in, and the stories that we are currently living in. We are not survivors of history, we are its creators. And with every tweet, every post, every video, we have the potential to rewrite this narrative. And let me leave you with this. We are more than what the world sees. We are poets, we are scientists, we are dreamers, and we are doers. We are not a single story. We are entrepreneurs building businesses that will rival global giants, and we are activists fighting for justice in every corner of this continent. We are young people daring to lead in a world that often underestimates us. Let's not wait for the world to change its mind or perspective about us. Let's change the world's mind with our actions and our voices and our stories. The time is now. Africa deserves to be seen to its full, beautiful complexity. And it's up to us to make sure of that. Thank you.